Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosie and Karina, psych investigators.
Hello.
Hello, guys. So today, I've selected a lot of different news items, but before that, I was just talking to Karina. Like, I want to look into Peter Thiel for some reason because he's part of. I would argue that in some ways, Peter Thiel is more influential than Elon Musk, even in terms of the ideology and some of the things they're doing. But he's hidden, right? So he
Hmm.
likes to work in the dark much more than Elon Musk. So since I think they're joined together in this in a weird way, I want to know what Peter Thiel is feeling because he's the mastermind. He's the one who created. He's the Pygmalion of JD Vance. So
Right.
how are things? And because you know what it is, I follow some people on the tech people that are associated with Peter Thiel. So they're like, oh, I've never felt so connected with what's going on in the world. I feel so happy. So how long are these people going to be happy for? Okay, so it's just kind of I'm just curious about this. So what's going on with Peter Thiel now that the administration is doing all these horrible things? Okay, must be is he happy? What is it? Does he think? Okay, so
Okay.
all right, so let's do the protection first. I'd like to ask for protection. Beautiful ray of light on the top of my head as I breathe in. I fill my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources that can create the good and not the good, and so it is. Okay, so let's do. Do you want to do the cards first, or let's just do the visions first, and then we'll look at the cards? Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So what is going on with Peter Thiel now that Elon Musk is making this big mess with the government because they hate it's their dream? How does
Right.
Thiel feel? What's going on with him now? What do you think? It's just why you're stuck there? What can't move? Can't move. Stuck? Why? Stuck. Wow, interesting. So it's a really weird image, Corna. Like at first I saw it, so it's this, if you've seen this him like talking, he has this, like evil, burning evil eye. And he was like,
Hmm.
oh, like similar to a little bit like not as bad as honestly Elon Musk was much, much stronger. But I see that he's like looking with his evil eyes. Yes, we're gonna get it's gonna he hates the government. What he thinks is the devil is the government.
Hmm.
And the fact that democracy, right? They're opposing us. So he has that like, oh, but he's standing. What's interesting, he's observing this kind of from afar. And then what the thing I kept asking about was his feet, because I saw that his feet were like, the glue for mice trap that's glue.
Yeah.
His
Hmm.
feet were stuck in glue like that. So he couldn't move. And I
Hmm.
wasn't sure exactly why. So then I taught two things. One, he is a lawyer by training. He's a very
Hmm.
intelligent person, even though he's very, very evil. So I feel like he knows he's stuck with something. He can't move because he knows legally certain things he cannot be involved in. And
Hmm.
the other suggestion, which I'm not 100% sure if we have to keep asking, is whether they have already caught him somehow because he feels bound a little bit. Like it's both a sense of like he has to be careful to protect himself always because he knows the law really well. He never wants to kind of appear as if he's doing a bad thing, which he is. That's why
Hmm.
he needs all these helpers because he himself does not want to be, he wants to be the puppet master and
Right.
protect himself as
Right.
a result and put people like have actors play the role, so to speak.
Hmm.
So I still don't understand if is he is this stuck because has he been caught? Is he under investigation? Because he's aware of it, that he can't move,
Yeah.
but he's not that bothered by it.
It
So
was interesting. Well, interesting you say that because the first words I heard
yeah.
were he's in between a rock and a hard place.
Mm,
And I wasn't sure what that meant either. So I kind of asked too, well, why is he in between a rock and a hard place? Who is he in between with? But then it showed me Elon's face. So I tried to go into like why, show me Elon's face. But Elon had this. look on his face that it was a side eye to Thiel, like, yeah, you were the one that we're in this together, but I'm going to eat you alive kind of look.
Mm.
So I kind of felt like he was stuck in a place where maybe he is being already investigated and the ties are coming back to Elon, and Elon's going to help, not help, but might come down to those two in a fight. I just don't quite understand that.
Mm.
The rock and the hard place. Like,
So no, because what I got here is that so then I actually pulled cards here. It makes kind of sense that I feel like hey, that that's the strength of Peter Thiel in this vision here, as opposed to Elon Musk, is that he has the ability to he knows exactly what he wants. He's truly evil. He's a master. He's a puppet master. He's in like he's more manipulative than Elon Musk, but he's
right.
also aware of what it means to break the law. He's hyper conscious of this, and to not. He's like I see him exercising enormous amount of discipline to not go out and say certain things in public and not associate himself. So he's like holding back because he can't. He's like, I'm not gonna put myself. I know, I can't. And then so I see that he is aware of that he thinks that things are not going the way he wanted them to go somehow. Or I have a question, Corina. Is it because I know like I think JD Vance is basically a box. Like he's been
Right.
empty and it's all Peter Thiel. So my question is this is does he think that Elon Musk is taking the place? Does it make sense? It's taking the like he's taking the power that Peter Thiel himself thought he was going to have? Is that the reason? Let
Yeah.
me ask.
Yeah. Okay. You asked.
Is it so Peter Thiel, do you feel like Elon Musk is taking over when you wanted to have more of a say over things? He's out of control. He's out of control.
Mm-hmm.
He's attracting people.
Yeah.
Attracting people are ready to move on him and he doesn't see it. He doesn't see it and I'm associated with him going down if I so he wow, he's sort of like
Yeah.
letting my sense is that he's letting Elon Musk fall. By he doesn't make sense. He doesn't want to intervene. He doesn't want him to do certain things. And yeah, he doesn't want to like to fight with him
Right.
because he feels like he's attracting the ire of people. It's almost as if he feels also yet another person, somewhat similar to how Trump feels that he's taking up too much space and that
Mm-hmm.
soon, but he thinks that soon enough Elon is gonna fall.
Yes.
And that's why he's like he went too far. And I see that he's like the fact that he's done these things, it's like too brash, too loud. It's going to interfere. Oh, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting this is something actually something that people commented yesterday or a few days but when we were doing the other videos about the kids, right? Those kids. And I see that
Mm-hmm.
this is what I'm getting. He knows that some of these kids were involved in the voter situation, the vote changes. And he knows
Right.
as an attorney because he worked at a white shoe law firm, very prestigious. I forgot which one it was, but so he's like he knows that they are liabilities, those kids, and that
Mm-hmm.
if they're arrested, they could rat out the whole thing. So he wants to stay away in hopes that Elon will fall and then he'll be able to consolidate his power further. It's and I feel like in a way it's kind of I never thought of him this way, but he's almost like a he's kind of like a mass almost like a martial law, those things where you don't ever let the enemy fall by like that kind of philosophy. That's how he's thinking of Elon, that he's not
Right.
going to engage with him. He has all this force. Let the force that he has make himself crumble because right
Right.
now I can't. I'm not going to win over him. We're not going to control.
Mm-mm.
Nobody can control him. As this feeling. So
Yeah.
and then I see like, wow, this guy is a loose cannon. And
Mm-hmm.
Peter was like, I've always been hyper controlled and all that, and I don't want to be. And it's saying, the whole thing, the conversation, the thing that whatever that in a weird way may have touched him in the sense that he realizes that people are watching. People are
Right.
watching. You don't know who they are, but they're watching more than Elon thinks. Because by some people watching, they alerted the other powerful enemies that they have, and the powerful enemies went after them. So
Mm-hmm.
that is hovering over his shoulder, like
Right.
he's hyper aware of it. So he knows he can't move because those
Right.
people. right? So,
Yeah, that would explain the rock in the hard place. That's
okay.
exactly how it kind of felt to me too. That Elon was getting too big for his britches,
Mhm, mhm,
and Thiel does everything in the dark. I can never see him in light. Like that guy is.
mhm.
I've never seen black so black.
Okay.
That's how dark his space. And
So,
interesting, interesting.
okay, so then I saw when I look at the cards, I pulled out those cards. It's kind of interesting. It's saying that it's number two here, seeking refuge. Oh, hmm. Okay, let me just, it's like 2, 3, 6, 3, 6. Um, okay.
Yeah,
Fine. Okay, I'm
it is.
gonna,
Go ahead.
you had something to say, go ahead because I'm gonna read it. If you have something to say it. Karina, you gonna say something? Karina?
Sorry, sorry, you buffer. It's on my end. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, okay. So I'm just gonna read this. Crying, Rama, Rama, Sita, Rama. King Dasharatha took refuge in his son. Keep your mind fixed on Sita and Rama alone. No other hope or way remains. All worldly activities and their enticements have brought disappointment and are now falling off. The only way forward is to take refuge in God and move beyond the world and its sorrows. Though the situation appears bleak, an inner path is opening up to take us out of external adversity, but we must be mindful or we shall miss it. So, again, it's this interesting, it goes with what I was saying before, that I do think he is hiding and he kind of it has to be extremely in his mind he's being extremely careful because he could fall. That's how he feels. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
So that was that
yeah,
about him, right? Okay. So
yes.
this reminds me, Corinna, even though it's interesting today, there was no real plan, but then the question that I have is what's going on with JD Vance? Because obviously JD Vance is his little baby puppet. So does it make sense? Because if he's
Yeah.
feeling this way, I wonder what is JD Vance seeing? How does JD Vance feel about the prospects of this administration? Can we ask?
Okay. Yes. Let's ask.
Because I haven't, okay, so I know he's like saying trashy things, but what's going on with JD Vance? And what is his thinking of the prospects of this administration at this moment? What is going on with JD Vance? What is his thinking? What's going on with JD Vance? What does he think are the prospects of this administration? Hmm.
Not what I thought I was going to get.
You know, go ahead, Corinna. Go ahead, and I'll tell you because it is weird. It's also.
Yeah, I totally got something completely different, but I got that he is aware of Thiel feeling the way he feels. He's also aware of the plan, which we've seen this all along that Thiel's going to be the fall guy for everybody, but he's aware of that plan. But he doesn't see himself as the president.
Hmm.
Like, if that's what you mean, like, JD Vance knows there's no future in the White House for him.
Hmm. Okay.
But I think he's going to just go back into, I don't know, for some reason, he's never consequential to me. He just fades back into,
But okay, hold on, Corinna. The question is not the question. We have a specific question. What does he think? Right?
yeah, I know. That's what I totally got something completely different. So
So,
I just was
what is
going to
it?
say,
You just said so. Just because now, when you have just said this part, then it confuses me. So, what does he think of his situation? The situation is in the White House, and his situation right now. Not what we think, but what he thinks. Right? Does it make sense?
yeah,
What is it? What does he think? Because that's what I was confused about.
yeah. I'm sorry, but I get the same thing. It, the, he thinks that Thiel is telling him the plan is to throw JD or Elon under the bus.
Oh, okay, 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 that makes sense. Okay, and then
And he kind of fades back under Thiel's wing.
okay.
That's the way I saw it.
Okay, so that's it. All right. Okay. Okay. No, no, that's it. So that answers, right? Because because I know what you said about the non-relevant, but still he's there. This is a question, he's still there. And is
Yes.
constitutionally, If Trump
Right.
were to go, he would take over. So
Right.
let me just share what I see, and then we'll ask, why doesn't he think that he can take over? Well, then we'll ask this question, okay?
Okay.
So what I saw is similar to the vision of Peter Thiel, but instead of glue this time, it was above up to his calf of, the thing when people put roads together, tar,
Mm-hmm.
or like on his legs up to his calf. And
Ooh.
so it shows it up from, well, up. He's like, oh, he's all saying all the Project 25 things. Oh, yeah, no, because we're saying whatever it is, like all the BS that he says. Oh, why not? They're great nominees. They're great nominees. Oh, da, da. But then this star thing, it's like what it does. It's like he can't walk, and he's stuck. He can't move. So this is what I think is paradoxical, that he should be feeling powerful and that he could do a lot, but he's stuck. He can't walk. There's this heavy thing. He's tarred. Let me ask them, what is the symbolism? What does this mean that his leg below the calf has tar in it? Why? What does this mean? He's just a puppet. He doesn't have, okay, that makes sense. That right? It's like a person in a river. He's subject to whatever direction the river goes into. So he
Yep.
can't really make any decisions on his own. He's a mouthpiece kind of. So he's like, I can't do anything. That's what it is.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's like waiting for orders. It has no autonomy whatsoever. That's what I got. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's clear. Now let's ask directly, JD Vance, why both of us here have picked up that you at different points don't think that you don't see yourself as taking over if Trump goes. Why? Okay, let's see how
Okay.
or maybe you can ask like this, JD Vance, what do you think are your prospects of taking over Trump's job? Okay, let's ask.
Okay.
So JD Vance, what do you think are your prospects of taking over Trump's job? What do you think are? Do you think you will become president, JD Vance? JD Vance, do you think they know that election was stolen? What do you think is going to happen to you? Wow, so it's really interesting, actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It is.
Oh, okay. So I'll just say first, then I saw it's so strange. It's almost like a torch, like still the thing about his leg being stuck, but then one person's pulling him in this direction, another one is pulling him like so he can't. Like there was almost three different people or parties or whatever pulling him in different directions, and he doesn't know which one is supposed to go, and he can't. So what I understand here is that he thinks that there is, my sense is that from what I could pick up here is that he probably believes that Elon Musk wants to be the actual president and that he's going to be removed as soon as as Trump goes, to make room for Elon Musk being the president. That's what I think he thinks the plan is really. And then I see that he's like, then I see the guy from Project 2025, I think it's Vought or something, Russell something. And he's like, but they all have different agendas. I'm just really a receptacle. I have
Mm-hmm.
no, and then I tried because he went to law school, so he would know that theoretically, if the president goes, he takes over, but he doesn't think he will because
No.
he's like, I'm not Rosie, like I'm a puppet. I don't have a I see that he's like, I don't have any agency. That's right. I have no power. I'm just there
Right.
as like a model of some sort. I speak,
Mm-hmm.
say what I'm being told to say. But my it's saying no, it's like it was bought and sold, Rosie. I'm in
Yeah.
this position because I'm empty.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they
Mm-hmm.
pick me. And wow.
Yeah.
So that's right. So then wait, no. So okay, so that's right. He's like there's these competing forces inside this administration, and I'm just a nobody next to them. So
Right.
it's Peter Thiel, the Project 2025, and then Elon Musk and the Russians. I mean, they're
Hmm.
friendly towards each other, but they all have very different agendas, and they're
Right.
competing with each other. I would say, and I said, this is why, Rosie, you're picking up. This is why there's danger, right? That
Yeah.
you're seeing the news, Elon Musk having all this power, but nobody else is happy that he has this power. So everybody is basically gunning up to take him down. That's what I'm understanding.
Hmm. Yeah. He's the fall guy. Yep. He's the fall guy. And that's just what I saw too. He has absolutely has no power whatsoever. It has nothing to do with him. And when Trump and Elon are caught, he's part of this whole thing. So, to me, he's like, well, I didn't know it was stolen. I'm just the innocent victim, which he's not.
Mhm.
But no, he has no power to do anything. He
Wow.
is just the vessel.
That's right. Wow.
It's
So,
I see him accomplishing anything.
so let me just ask. Okay, let me just ask the cards actually this question: will JD Vance become president of the USA in the next 4 to 5 years or something like that? Let's just say theoretically, within 5 years, will JD Vance become the next president after Trump? If Trump goes or something like that, JD Vance going to become the next American president. Uh, if Trump goes, right? Meaning because it's a
Yeah.
VP.
And I also get that he was very well aware of the plan, that he was not the man in succession of Trump. It was Elon.
Girl, reversal. Mm.
Mm.
Interesting, but oh,
I like the reversal.
okay. So let's see. Really, okay. So it's 2, 5, and then 4. 2, 5, 4. Let's see. 2, 5, 4. I can show you the card. It just says reversal, but I'm not gonna because it's so small here. Let's see.
Yeah.
2, 5, 4. Here, let's see. 2, 5, 4. Bharata's heart was filled with joy to meet his beloved brother Rama again. But the death of his father, the king Rama, was also deeply saddened. The crowd was perplexed hearing the words spoken between Bharata and Rama. Bharata came to meet Rama and requested that he come back to Ayodhya and be king. Rama, however, was unwilling to rescind the vow he gave, which was to complete his exile according to his father's request. A meeting between a loyal friend and helper and a great person or leader is indicated in times of confusion. Though a harmony of minds can be achieved, it will take much time for outward difficulties to be resolved. Complexities beyond the power of either party cause this delay, and the situation is hard to understand. Oh, really? I find it interesting. Something happened, huh? Hmm. Oh. 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 Misunderstandings. Here it is. Again, the title of the section 5, it says of chapter 2. Returning to the story, Rama's brother Bharata returns to Ayodhya to learn the great sin his mother committed in banishing Rama, and also that his father has died. Then Bharata goes to Chitrakuta to give the throne back to Rama. This shows misunderstandings and misjudgments that cannot be entirely overcome. So no, no,
No.
no, 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 no. Reversal. For him, no? So for him.
Not sad.
Oh, Jesus. Ah. Oh no, I'm very sad to see this. It's perfect. No, it's a good card. There's a reversal here. Oh, but I do get okay. So it's interesting. I got something else interesting here, Corinna, that actually, actually, you know how a lot of people said, oh, that they think that JD Vance is going to be some sort of like whistleblower or something like that. But what I do see happening is that once this whole thing goes down, he's like, hey, listen, I would like to collaborate and tell you what actually there's something I have to tell you. Uh,
Yeah.
I never agreed with anything, to be honest. I was offered this and I took it. but that's not what my intention was really. Like, so basically he tries to get out, like he realizes that if he rats out everybody, then he can start over. Like he's like, I have a new life. Then I'll just like rat out everybody and I'll tell them everything. And then I
Mm.
was hey guys, it's me again, JD. No, now my name is RJ because I changed my name again. I'm a new person. That's right. No, no, I'm not. That was my former self, JD Vance. I'm somebody else, RJ Smith. Hmm. So no, but he thinks that's the, I mean, it's actually quite smart of him, but he doesn't quite get what he thinks. He
Yeah.
doesn't get the deliverance or the, freedom or whatever it is. Like he doesn't quite get to start over the way he thought.
No,
Always be remembered as.
no, no. He's not capable of starting over
Mm,
in that capacity where people will just forget and forgive. No, no,
mm-mm.
sorry.
Oh,
Not this time.
and this is okay. I'm gonna say this publicly because somebody reminded me of this. I'm still, guys, I'm a little, my life is kind of crazy, whatever. Long story, I'm slow. I am committed to doing I'm doing the research and stuff about the election stuff. I'm gonna send it to you as soon as possible tomorrow, whenever. I don't want to say dates, but soon. But the point that I'm going to make about Ohio. So just something that Cash Peters has always said that the only thing that he said that he didn't get right was Ohio. And in all the stuff I'm reading, Ohio, there is a very strong likelihood that this was the first state that was completely hacked, that they will use this voting machine situation to change the title. So that the reason why I think Cash Peters did not see JD Vance winning last time is because there were of the voting machines. That there was, in
Yeah.
fact, so in other words, nothing about JD Vance is genuine, including the fact that he won the last election. And I think he was going to, what I'm getting is that he's going to have to admit to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Mm-hmm.
so there's a, and again, it's I got goosebumps, and it's a long story. I have to get all of this together to show you all of it, but
It's a lot.
to the voting machines. But it's a thing that a lot of people have suspicions about the specific machines and specific persons connected to Ohio for a really long time. And the fact that it became red when it, so the theory is that it's actually not red, but they control the vote. They have control. It's like, it's as if it was a kind of like a small experiment, Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
and it worked. And it's a no wonder that Peter Thiel, right? He decided
Right.
that JD Vance was going to, because what happened to JD Vance is that at first he was in in Silicon Valley, right? He was working for one of the Peter Thiel's companies there. Then Peter Thiel decides that he was going to run for office. But I don't think that oh, was he from Ohio? I don't remember. Is he even from Ohio? I think actually he might be JD Vance. But the point is he had to move to another VC firm that had headquarters in Ohio just to establish a residency, which then allowed him to run for Senate. So that's what
Right.
I meant, that eventually he's going to have to rat that out as well. He's going to like expose that everything was fake about him, including the Senate win. So, okay.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like they're going to also be able to track the money. Peter Thiel funded the move. He funded the campaign. He funded he
Mm-hmm.
paid for JD Vance to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it's follow the trail.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. So that's interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me just ask, since it's actually very unexpected today how it went, but then just ask you for the cards. Did JD Vance legitimately win the Senate election when the election he won supposedly in Ohio? Was it a legitimate win or was there cheating involved? Did he win legitimately, JD Vance?
Yeah.
Even
Interesting.
though this is not relevant, right? It is irrelevant in the sense that he will establish background. So
Yeah.
was JD Vance's election win legitimate or not? Return.
Return to sender.
Okay, here it is. 4. So 614. It could be positive, but it 614. Yeah, so I don't honestly it says with deep regard for all, paying honor to his army of monkeys and bears with Sita, Lakshmana, and friends, Rama, the son of the solar dynasty, prepared to leave Lanka. A happy and successful departure is indicated. Having achieved what he wished after tremendous struggle, we are free to return home and start a new life. The most important thing now is to give our regard to those who have helped us in our journey and joyfully take our leave. Hmm. I don't know if it means it's like, what does this mean in context, Quinn? I don't know. I'm like,
It feels like it means that he had help getting there. Like
right?
it took a tremendous bit of people to make that happen, but it happened.
Would
So it's
take
a
our leave. So he's gonna have to, it would suggest that he has to also uh to free to return home and start he has gonna have to start a new life. Is that right? The most important thing is now to give our regard to those who have helped us in our journey and joyfully take our leave. So go home. In other words,
yeah.
he's helped, but now he has to go home. Like it's not permanent. Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But okay. So
Yeah.
anyway. So let's see, but let's see here with the card. So has he yeah, I see Peter Thiel moving machines, and then he's like, go because you're gonna win. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna make sure you win. And then because there were people that were, I remember that the polls were not in favor of him at the time, that there were other candidates that were thought to be stronger. So interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Laying the groundwork is what they were doing.
okay. So I mean, but it's still kind of it's hard to believe, honestly, like given what we have now,
Yeah,
that
it is.
any investigation or truth is gonna come out about all of this. But we'll see. We have to keep the faith, right? All
Right.
right. So this is this for now. Let's see. There's so much. So now that we, so just one second here because I'm gonna go over the news here with Karina between her and I and decide whether we end the call now or continue. Okay.
I didn't want you to get far.
Okay, guys. So thank God Karina stopped me here because I played this clip and I thought it was recording, but it wasn't. So now let's. I think it's important for you guys to listen to this clip because I was
Yeah.
telling Karina that um when I looked into this situation where Trump got that idea from, the first thing I thought was Jared, and here's Jared indeed talking about it.
Gaza's waterfront property. It could be very valuable to if people would focus on kind of building up, livelihoods. You think about all the money that's gone into this tunnel network and into all the munitions. If that would have gone into education or innovation, what could have been done? And so I think that it's a little bit of an unfortunate situation there. But I think from Israel's perspective, I would do my best to move the people out and then clean it up. But I don't think that Israel has stated that they don't want the people to move back there. The thing that I would try to do if I was Israel right now is I would just bulldoze something in the Negev. I would try to move people in there. I know that won't be the popular thing to do, but I think that that's a better option to do so you can go in and finish the job.
Okay, so as I was
Okay.
saying, it's I think very much he's very influential in this. And then immediately after this, that immediately after Trump made that statement, then Saudi Arabia came out and said there's no deal because Saudi Arabia is really would be the one giving them the money to do this.
Right.
There's no conversation until there's a Palestinian state. And I was telling Karina that once when the war first started, I did see that, and I still see it, that there's people lining up to get their passports. It will become a Palestinian state, yes. So that's what I see now. Um, let me ask you, what is going to, this is what Trump said, but what is actually going to happen? Is it going to happen? Are they going to be able, because none of the Arab nations want that because obviously this is not I don't think this is necessarily feasible. So what's going to happen here with the situation? Are they going to build the condos they want or whatever? Okay, let's see what's going to happen here. Yeah, okay, I've said this is a person I talk to a lot of times. I do think it's going to be a Dubai-like place. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't think the Jared Kushner is going to be involved in it. I do think that UAE and Saudi Arabia are going to play a big role, and that's going to be very developed. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to live there, Palestinians. I don't think it's going to be like, but it's because I think the money is now going to cut. There's going to come a lot of money, but because I feel like they realize that they can't. One of the things that Israel does not want is to have Hamas or anybody related to Hamas back in the government as it was before. So
Right.
then I see that Saudi Arabia and the UAE will send, it has to be kind of, they have to be the puppets, so to speak, of that. And it will create this, I know it sounds crazy because it's a war zone, but indeed, I see that there's like a lot of people go there for like vacation, honestly, or like a lot of like yeah, a lot of people or like what is it called, the diaspora people visit and they come and take pictures like and everything. So
Hmm.
that's what I see.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to be the plan that the Trump wants. No.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, I saw it being rebuilt as well, but not with Trump or Jared or
Hmm.
anybody. I couldn't tell who it was with,
Hmm.
but it was rebuilt beautifully, but they weren't involved.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So interesting. No, interesting. Okay. All right. So let's see what's next. Hi guys. So I pause here because I yet again it had happened before, right? That
Hmm.
I pause here and then I forgot to record again. So I talk and talk, going to talks and talks, and nothing was recorded. So it's annoying. So what I've worked out here with Corina is do this: just go over, not pause, and just go over things sort of quickly, so that I don't get into a situation. And it was sad because I, talked for a long time about this, but it wasn't recorded. So just let me just do it quickly. So first question was about this court case now that has a court case to prevent those Elon Musk kids from going inside the treasury and change all these things. And
Right.
so the judge is so this is a journalist, and he's saying that the judge appears to agree with limiting, asking them not to have share records outside of the department. And then I looked, Karina looked, I saw that that the judge is going to hammer their hands and hammer Elon Musk, and that those kids and their parents are aware that they are under legal scrutiny, and that people are warning them that you're going to be the fall guy. Beware, right, Corinne? Is that
Yeah.
what we
Yes.
saw? Okay,
Yeah.
so that but it actually didn't answer the question. Let's say asked again: Are what is Elon Musk going to do in these kids, or how far will they go in the Treasury Department? Let's see, how far will Elon Musk and these kids go in the Treasury Department before they are stopped? Yeah, I see already that they're like, this is just something minor relative to what is yet to come, that they're traced, and it shows that they have shared information. It's like they have found information about specific people they were looking for. Could be Russians, could be their friends. And so that alone is a crime.
Yes.
So they have already committed several crimes. You could
Right.
be saying their court cases are going to be about how much ownership do they, they're going to try to blame Elon Musk for everything, but I don't think that's an excuse. I don't think they're going to get away with it. So
No, I
how
don't think
much
so.
so how much yeah, I think they're like they have all this data and they're bragging about it. That they go, oh, it could change, it could do this, but there's more there are more secure levers that are going to prevent them from changing things, I feel like. So
Yes.
how far will they go before they are stopped? Be aware. Okay, let's see here. So it's 316, 316. So yeah, so it feels like it's uh hmm. Oh no. Oh, that's nice. Oh, sad for the day. Interesting here, sad for the day. Okay, so chapter 3, opponents and allies. Section 1. During his exile in the forest, Rama meets with Shurpanaka, the sister of the evil king Ravana. This shows an initial contact with evil forces and victory over them, but a victory that will lead to greater challenges and conflicts. So, also just want to make a comment about somebody commented something and said, "Oh, Rose, you're trying to fit in the story too much into," but that's the truth of every single system, whether it's I Ching, Tarot, Lenormand, anything. That's what this is all about. You take a story and you fit into the symbols. So
Yes.
it's not, we're not doing anything particularly different here. It's what this is about. Okay, that's the whole point of all these systems is to have
Right.
a system that you fit, that you connect with the current story line, and how that will reflects what you're living. Okay, all right. So, but here we have. So this is beautiful. Okay. So the question is, how far will they go? So Rama's wrath was like a tempestuous fire. The demon hordes were like moths in the wind. They rose to fight, then burned and died. All were turned to ashes, and not a single one was spared. Hmm.
Mhm.
The force of truth acts to destroy the powers of falsehood, which resist to the end. Those who hold to truth are exalted. Those who hold to ignorance and pride are destroyed. Which
Wow.
side we are on depends upon where our heart lies. Very nice. No, really.
Yep. Makes sense.
Ashes. Ashes.
We all fall down.
So that's it. So
They
that's,
all fall down.
it's not, there's no, and it shows me this now, Rosie, it's big theater. Oh, they're so big, they're so scary and all that. It's not, it's a lie. That's what it is. They're trying to get away with it and they were not going to get away with it. Period. It's
Yeah.
not. Very nice. Okay. So did you get anything, Greta? I was talking the whole time.
No, it was pretty much the same as what we got when we talked
Mhm.
earlier. So I just let
Okay.
you finish all that. So get
All
it
right.
out. But
Okay.
yeah, pretty much the same.
So, all right. So there's so guys, there's so much going on here. I don't even know. Okay, so just to tell you, maybe you know what, I would do it tomorrow another time because it's like this endless amount of crap that we have to deal with from these people.
Yes.
But I just wanted to do a couple of things that are interesting here. One is that so you know guys, it's no secret that I buy things from Shane, the Chinese. Like all my earrings are like almost everything I my clothes and 100% all my earrings are from Shane. So Trump had said that there's going to be a tariff against those packages from China. And so he said yesterday, and I was like, oh, I guess my Shane situation is going to change, huh? But then today the post office was like, no, because he said that the US now is going to stop receiving packages from China until further notice, something like that. And then the post office was like, no, we're reverting that. It's not going to happen. No, 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 no. I don't think so. So let me ask you, what happened here? What happened? Another thing, another one bites the dust.
Yeah, exactly.
I see that they're like, you don't understand. This is the majority of our income. We need this, and you can't stop. Like once they've been sent, you can't stop it. So it's saying no, it's impossible. No, they said no.
Yeah.
So bye. No.
Yeah. They're not going to keep all that.
So what's next? So why? And he's like, okay, well, he's like, he thinks that it's a TV show. Well, whatever. They got what, I performed. So it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Wow. Okay. So anyway, so that was
He
that.
thinks he can stop the world from going round, and he
That's right.
can't.
Wow. Okay. So there's also the tariffs. There was nothing, they're not happening anymore. This is not going to happen. Okay. So they're succeeding, succeeding.
Yes.
Now, I don't even know where to go next. So, okay, I have one question. This is an interesting, and maybe we'll talk about other things. So it's okay. This is interesting here. Look at that. This is somebody found or wrote. I don't know where they found this, but this is a list of all the federal contracts that Elon Musk has.
Oh
So
my
this
gosh.
is like he has received over $15 billion from the US government.
Mm.
He's happy to go after US state, but not agents that have been feeding him. Look at this. At least now the chunk of it is SpaceX, $15.4 billion. So, so I just want to know when are they going to, because it's criminal that this guy gets $15 billion from the government and yet wants to destroy it. It's not enough for him.
Yes. No.
So, so
He's getting 15 billion while he's taking aid out of people's, food off people's table.
right,
That's
exactly.
exactly what it is.
So what I just want to know when. I don't know, it has to happen. When is he going to lose these contracts? Come on. Or he's going to take over. This is the option. So, oh, interesting. You know, Corinne, it was fascinating. You know what I got? Okay, immediately.
What?
You know how today's started with Peter Thiel, right? And I
Right.
saw that Peter Thiel, one of the reasons that makes sense. He has companies like Palantir and another, and a lot of those he finances a lot of space and defense companies. He
Right.
knows that the downfall of Elon Musk means that he's also going to be scrutinized and he could also lose the contracts. So that's
Right.
what I see, that Peter Thiel is really nervous about his actions because of this, because he's very aware that he owes everything to the government, Peter Thiel is, for his companies now,
Right.
and that the actions of Elon Musk will affect him. So, but the question
Yeah.
again, going back to the main question, the question is when are we going to see all of Elon Musk's companies lose federal contracts? Is it going to be soon? I mean, I know timing is very difficult, but do we see it happening? Let's see. Is this going to happen? Is Elon Musk going to lose contracts with the federal government because there's only two options. We lose the country to him, or he loses contracts. It can't be because the in between doesn't work clearly.
No, there is no in between. No in between.
So is it going to lose contracts? So
Yeah. Scythe.
wow, I see that now he's like, yeah, doing all of this punching. But the what is it? It's like he is waking the monster, the lion, and
Yeah.
and it's over. Like he's a tiny shows how tiny he is in relationship with the lion. He's gonna take everything. Is gonna be taken out. He's gonna be strip searched, and every single thing. He'll never be free again. It's saying he spend the rest of his life in very hardcore prisons. I see. So
Yeah.
so did you got anything, Corina? How is this
Yeah.
going?
I saw just a scythe going through all the contracts,
Mhm.
one just slashing. Oh, Toby confirmed it. Slashing them all as soon as everything changes. But they're gone. They're gone. They're gone. And that does put everybody else that has government contracts like Thiel under scrutiny, which they already are. They already are because of that. It's just, he's just being too vocal and he's showing his ass so much that it's drawing all that attention to Thiel and the guys in the shadows.
Hmm.
That's why they're so scared.
Wow, wow. Okay, so this is interesting. So just here the summary here. To our rational mind, the situation looks grim. That's this the outcome. 512. Let's see. 512. Hmm. We are facing a great danger or obstacle that may appear insurmountable, but there is help on our side that will carry us through if we persist. We must prepare our way, decide on our strategy, and avoid premature action, though at present the situation looks grim.
Mm-hmm. Definitely does.
Okay. So that's it. So that's right. And it shows that it's saying in the battle of good and evil, he is definitely the big devil here.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying above Trump and Putin even because he's international. Even though Putin is doing things internationally, the power that he seems to have is like, yeah, because Putin in a way, even though he has done so many awful, horrible things, he hasn't done everything he wanted. He continues
Right.
to push, he continues to affect, but and so if there's been a lot of sanctions and such, Elon Musk has nothing stopping him. Isn't that crazy?
Right.
Think about
Right.
it. There's not
That's
one
the thing.
thing that has been done to stop him. So
No.
that's right. So he has free access to everything. He just does whatever he wants. So,
Yeah.
wow.
And he, because of that, he gets more brazen every time he commits another act.
Mm,
It's more brazen than
hmm.
the last one,
That's right. That's
and
right.
bigger and more intense.
Mm-mm.
So, but
Wow.
yeah, I don't see that lasting for very long either. The head of the snake is going to get cut off here pretty soon.
That's right. So that's it. So that's why, yeah. So it's just, so no, he's not. And I just think, I don't feel like it's gonna be that far away. Okay. This is not, I don't see it being very far. I
Yeah,
feel like
no,
I don't think because he has already acted, right? We don't need to like, oh, what has he done exactly? What we see what he's doing. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
so, all right. So that's that, right, Karina, for now. I think,
Mhm.
guys, because I have to go, but I think that we have enough. Otherwise, it'll be like a lot, right? So I think we
Yeah. It's
can
to
work
be
with that.
too much after a while.
That's
It's
right.
too intense.
All right. So Karina, so this is it for today, right? So we'll see each other tomorrow or very soon, right?
Yep. We'll see
And
everybody tomorrow.
thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Hi, everybody. I wanted to pass along a message from today's Lightworkers Unite meditation. So, first of all, I just wanted to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Truly, it has been an amazing meditation to do. I can absolutely feel all of your energy joining in. And it's been just incredible and magnificent to stand in that energy. Thank you so much. We really can make a difference by joining this light together and standing strong. We have to stand up for what we believe and holding the light and keeping that going for the truth to be seen for all. That's what we need to do. So anyway, I wanted to just pass along another message about today's meditation because something happened that was really cool. And I had been probably about 8 minutes into the meditation today when Toby usually barks and let me know about 8-10 minutes in. It's like, okay, I must be done. But I didn't feel like I was quite ready to come out of it. So, and also I usually listen to all kinds of meditations, but I really love this shamanic drumming one from, I believe it's Meditative Mind, and it's a shamanic drumming with low humming, and I just love it. I connect with it really, really quickly, and so for this, it works really well for me because I set my alarm for 2:58. I turn on that meditation, and I'm ready to go. So I was probably into it for about 8 minutes when Toby gave me the bark. And like I said, I wasn't ready to come out of it, so I went back in. And this time, it took me somewhere completely different than holding the light. So all of a sudden, the shamanic drumming became very loud in my ears. Like it just took over my whole body. And I could feel the pulsing of the drums in the heels of my feet. And then I started to feel it connecting with the earth, that pulse. And it just felt really incredible. And then it took me into a vision. And when I have these visions, most of the time, I get it from two perspectives. I'm the one experiencing it, but I'm also the one overlooking everything, where I'm observing the whole scene. So it showed me I was a child about 7 years old, and I was in this indigenous drumming circle, and I was doing a dance to the drumming, and all of a sudden I became really, really tall, like had really long legs, and I was really, really tall. And I heard the term earth walker. I'm not even sure if that is a term or not, so forgive me if I'm ignorant on that, but I heard the term earth walker, and then I just started walking. And it really wasn't even a walk, it was like a hop skip kind of walk, because I was moving to the beat of the drums. So my heels were hitting the earth with the beat of the drum. And I was so tall that I was basically just taking strides that took me across the whole desert. Like I was walking all over the whole desert. And every time I was walking to the beat of the drums. And every time my heels would hit the earth, I noticed this vibration coming up out of the earth. And I was like, wow, that is really cool. And so what I feel like it meant to me, because it showed me that vibration, and I got the impression that vibration was being released from Mother Earth, and she needed to release that vibration to help. Like I was helping her release this vibration. That's the message that I got. I'm not really sure if that's exactly what that meant, but that's what it felt like to me. So it just had me going all around the desert doing this, releasing this vibration to the shamanic drumming. So I thought that was really cool, and I thought I would pass that along because, for one reason, I just want you to know that sometimes when you go in to do a meditation, you may get taken somewhere completely different. And that's okay, because that's Spirit's way of showing you something, or, telling you in a way, can you do this for us? That's kind of what it made me feel like. That is something that I needed to also add to my meditation. Like it was important that I help do that for some reason. So it might resonate with you, it might not, but just as you go along, let things flow how they may. And hopefully that helps. Thank you, everybody, again, for joining me in this meditation. It really, really means a lot to me. Thank you.